It's the NBA on 2K Sunday Night Edition. Hope you're ready for some hoops. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. You look at the Jazz. Avdia pulls it in. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Here's Cleveland to the inside. And the dunk by Jokic.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Here's Harper. Impressive numbers he's putting up, averaging just over 28 points a game. And here is Irving. You know, something that makes this matchup interesting, Richard. Both of these teams execute at a high level on defense.
Yeah, the scoreboard could be looking underfed by the end of the game. The NBA is trying to tilt things toward offense, but these two say, not on my watch. Slow start, 1 of 4 to begin this game.
Well, we get to see future Hall of Famer in Kyrie Irving tonight, Grant. What's his best skill?
I'll be honest, B.A. I've never seen a guard finish like Kyrie around the rim. He makes really difficult buckets look too easy.
Well, when you send him to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
The three. Harper misses.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. This many years into the game, and the Kyrie challenge is still puzzling. Coach said we'd actually prefer to see him shoot. At least our feet could be more set outside to contest. People forget how good of a shooter Kyrie can be. He continued and said, and threes are so hard to compete against, we want to try and limit those first. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. From deep, Johnson. Takes it inside. The three from Ricochet. And it's Irving with a rebound. Pass to Queen. Outside for Irving. And they doubled up Irving. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Harper misses.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Boozer. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Jazz making a switch here. Outside Johnson. Gets it to go. Makes him 2 for 5.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of that. He'll gladly take those.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is. attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Stolen by Carter. Outside Johnson. Picked by Carter. Fires for three. Jokic grabs the board.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Here's Jokic. Lays it up and banks it in.
And Jokic has a number of moves to choose from, especially deep inside.
Inside. Randall can't hit. And here are the Cavaliers now. Driving in. Cleveland working the ball around now. Here's Risache. Soft touch off the glass.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Randall left side. Tipped. And they'll keep possession. Goes back up. And the shot's good.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
From deep, Harper. Caldwell Pope pulls it in.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Pass to Jokic. It's a tie game in Cleveland. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
15. Utah. 15.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Queen misses.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
George. And George with the jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Walter. George sets a screen. And a strong finish with two hands.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
In transition, here comes Cleveland. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. The Utah Jazz are going young. But this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have gone to the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you, Brian.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And one move we're seeing more frequently these days, Richard, the self-alley-oop.
T-Mac might have been the first to do it back in the 0-2 All-Star game, but now you see it a few times this season, but it is still a major highlight every time.
Now here's Henderson. Taking command on offense when they need it, putting up 21 a game.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Fires the three. And the Cavaliers, another three.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Here's Henderson, following the bucket by Utah.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. They set a pick. Brown looking around. Pass to Avdia. That three's off the mark. The Cavaliers lead by 8. Here's Walter. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
These are his first free throws of the game. Richard, the league taking some steps to prevent flopping. What's the criteria for what crosses the line?
It's called STEM. It's an acronym for secondary, theatrical, exaggerated movements. Yes, that's a real term. It's kind of a limited definition, and it basically says, don't be an idiot.
Now here's Brown. He's got 5. A rebound by Hall. And here's the fast break. On up the court. Finished off the break. Robinson's got 5 points in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Drains the triple.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
Henderson for 3. Drops in the 3. Henderson's got 12 points.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Hall. Queta pulls it in. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Avdia. And that one. Goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Utah shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Free throw no good for Avdia.
Since the break, he's definitely been more aggressive. Remember, he didn't take any free throws in that first half.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
Back to Johnson. A deep 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Here's Harper. The rebound by Carter. Jazz trail by 12. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Now here's Johnson. 9 points in the game. And stolen by Jokic. In transition. Pass to Harper. Looking to end this cold spell.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
Utah shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Jazz trail by 9. Shot and game clock separated by 5. To the paint. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Johnson.
Wow. Julius Randall. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Here's Harper. Here's Jokic. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Cleveland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. So he hits one of two from the stripe. Ball stolen. And we've reached halftime in this one. Cleveland on top, up by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Jazz trail by 8. Outside Johnson. Takes a 3. Boozer grabs the board.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy. And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Outside Carter. From deep, Johnson. Jokic grabs the board.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Jazz trail by 13.
Right here.
Left side Johnson. There's the triple. Doesn't go that time.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Here's Harper. Fires in the triple. Harper's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Big time 2-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. Here's Boozer. Give him 8. Off target from outside.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, guys. Nikola Jokic is a family man through and through. He said, quote, basketball is not the main thing in my life and probably never will be. And to be honest, I like it because I have something more at home. Something that's more important than basketball. Brian?
Some good perspective. Thank you very much for the report, Allie.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Well, Grant, when it comes to exciting young guards, you can really fill it up. Trey Johnson's name has to come to mind.
Yeah, no question about it, B.A. This kid can score in a variety of ways, and his confidence is what makes him so dangerous in this department.
Carter can't get it to go. Here's Cleveland. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Harper. It's deflected. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Contavious Caldwell Pope at the line for 1.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Jazz trail by 16. There's a screen to the middle. Here's Keita. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Nice feed inside, saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Pass to Robinson. Robinson on the wing. George sets a screen. And a big finish by Robinson.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Pass to Brown. The three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Henderson. 14 points for him.
That guy is perfect from the field, making major contributions to this lead.
Take it away. With the drive. Pass to Walter. Back to Robinson.
Utah foul. Brown. First. Second team foul.
Here's Henderson. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. That one belongs to Wiggins.
Team foul.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Queen. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
A one-handed tomahawk. That's a guaranteed highlight, B.A.
Check out the bench. They flew out of their seats after that. Now here's Brown. He's got 10. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Robinson. There's the three. Buries it from three. Robinson's got 10 points in the game.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Henderson outside. He takes it in. Queta pulls it in. Up in time. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. This is his second trip to the line in the game.
At the line for the Jazz.
Both shots good from the stripe. And so it's Cleveland leading by 17 at the end of the period. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. More 2K action in just a moment. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Henderson. Let's go with a three. On target from range. Henderson's got 22.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Here's Randall. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
George sets a screen. Henderson for three. Queta pulls it in. And so Brown will bring it up for Utah. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Now here's Robinson. Pass to Hall. Henderson outside. And stolen by Brown. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
This is the energy Randall provides. When he's charging inside, he wants to hammer it down.
The drive by Henderson. Oh, the big dunk right over Julius Randall.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Outside Robinson. No good on the three. Jazz trail by 16. Randall with it. Guarded now by George. And that's good. Randall for three.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Outside for Henderson. up high for the two-handed slam.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
From deep, Johnson hits the trifecta.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
From deep, Harper. He can't get that one to fall.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Here's Boozer. He drops it from range. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And there's the drive.